So the new Jeremy Corbyn Zara Sultana party has launched a new page on their website asking for suggestions for the new name. You can fill it out and there's a box for the reasoning behind your name. Now for a bit of fun, we conducted 2 polls with our audience on what the party should be called. In the first poll, there was a choice between Alternative, the Popular Party, the Left, your party. As you can see, the winner with 40% in our extremely unscientific poll has the left winning. We ran a second poll, People's Party, 99%. The Left, Britain Unbound. People's Party won with 64%. Now, I do like People's Party, by the way. I think that's a good name. But for me, I did fill out the form and I chose Alternative. And I'm not saying it's the best name in the world, but it's also not the only name I like. But for me, I think about Reform. And I think it's a genius name. Without any policies or context, you still get a message from the name alone. Reform. It works with slogans. Britain needs reform. It's an active word, so alternative is kind of replicating that. The name alone sends a message. It can work with slogans such as, we need an alternative to the billionaire class dominating our politics. Votes alternative. Reform is a word that's used all the time in politics. It's clever subconscious marketing. All people from different parties use the word reform, and in a way, it's low-key unintentionally promoting the party. Zara Sultana says she likes the left, and I'm skeptical about that name. The reason is because the left isn't popular with the majority of people. The left has been conflated with liberals. A lot of people think Starmer is left. The right wing have made sure that anything vaguely liberal is hard left. When it comes to redistribution of wealth and power, public ownership, taking on the corporate elite, which is the real left, I'm not sure most people equate the two things. When people think of the left, they think of people who support uncontrolled immigration, pink capitalism, and virtue signalling social progressivism. Of course, the left is about defending migrants, minorities, and being progressive on social issues, but the left ties it with class because the two are inseparable, whereas liberals virtue signal on social stuff whilst ignoring class. And I say virtue signal because they aren't even socially progressive, they just pretend they are, sometimes. Now, Max Shanley says he likes the left, and he does give an interesting reason as to why he believes it's a good name. I've suggested the Left Party. It says what we are on the tin, creates a linear line of demarcation between us and Labour, seizes the once-in-a-generation opportunity to define what it means to be on the left in the popular imagination. Make sure to make your thoughts known. He then added another tweet below. Also, let's face it, the press and our opponents are going to refer to us as the Left Party anyway, so we might as well unashamedly embrace it. Zara Sultana is 100% correct on that front. I think it's interesting. Maybe the left could be redefined. I don't know if that would work, but I do think it is important that Starmer or liberals are not seen as left-wing, because this has done a great deal of damage to the perception of being left-wing. If it's pitted against liberals, I can see Max's logic. Whether it's doable is another thing. I think the more interesting point is his second tweet saying the media will still call it left-wing, which is probably true. Now, our polls have the People's Party being very popular, and even though, as I said, it's not scientific, it's just a YouTube poll, I've seen support for the name on Twitter. Now, again, Twitter isn't real life, but the fact that People's Party isn't just popular with our audience, it's at least popular with the online left, that could be significant. Someone suggested that name to Max. Craig the Boss says, I'm for the People's Party. Max replied with a previous tweet he made. It only works if you define what the people are from the get-go. Is it the labouring masses and their subordinate class allies, or does it refer to literally everyone, big capital included? Now, I think that's an easy thing to define, as long as the messaging is, we need to take on the corporate elite. This is why we are the People's Party. It's the people versus the elites, the people versus profit, the people versus endless war, the people versus the billionaire class. The name People's Party inherently has a populist bent, and the left needs to be extremely populist. So using a name which I think is already populist, and then using the name to define the values, which is the 99% versus the 1%, could be very powerful. What do you think? It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on my views on various names. And if you want to suggest a name, you can go to yourparty.uk/our name to make a suggestion. Remember that we have live shows 3 times per week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 p.m, discussing the latest political stories. We are trying to go full-time and grow this channel. You can support us by going to turnleftmedia.co.uk/support. There you can support us monthly via Patreon, or there is another link to a one-off donation. Alternatively, you can become a YouTube member for just 99p. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.